As we get older, many of us notice changes in our bodies that make certain activities harder to do. Perhaps you found it more difficult to keep up with long walks or watched a loved one struggle to stay active in their later years. It's completely natural for our bodies to change as we age, and it's easy to assume that staying healthy and energetic means enduring joint pain or overexertion. However, staying active doesn't have to involve pushing yourself past your limits. In this video, we'll explore 5 gentle yet effective activities that can keep seniors moving, feeling strong, and enjoying life without the strain of long walks. Stay with us until the end to hear some inspiring stories of older adults who found new ways to thrive. You'll also learn how making small adjustments to your routine can lead to big improvements in flexibility, strength, and overall well-being. But before we begin, I'd appreciate it if you could like this video. Your support helps me continue spreading the message about healthy aging. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. If you like this video, please leave a comment with the number Healthy Life. If not, comment Unhealthy to let me know how I can improve. Now, let's dive in. Let's start with chair yoga. Meet Mr. Lu, a 78-year-old retired high school teacher who had dedicated much of his life to teaching literature and history. Outside of the classroom, he was also well known for his commitment to health. For years, he began each day with a peaceful morning walk through his neighborhood park. As the sun rose and bathed the city in a soft golden glow, Mr. Lu would step outside to enjoy the fresh air, wave at familiar faces, and connect with the community around him. The walk wasn't just about exercise. It was a cherished part of his daily routine, a time for reflection and relaxation. But one morning, while stepping off a curb, Mr. Lu twisted his knee. What seemed like a small misstep soon turned into a nagging pain, making even short walks difficult and frustrating. Determined to keep moving, he tried to push through, but the pain only grew worse. The idea of giving up his morning walks felt like a deep loss, as they had become an essential part of his life. Feeling uncertain about his options, Mr. Lu found himself searching for alternatives that would allow him to stay active without risking further injury. One day, he came across a flyer for a community chair yoga class at his local library. Though skeptical at first, Mr. Lu decided to give it a try. What followed was a revelation. The instructor led the class with patience and warmth, guiding them through gentle stretches and breathing exercises. As Mr. Lu slowly moved his arms, neck, and legs, he began to feel his body loosen up. The pain in his knee started to subside, and a sense of relief washed over him. Over the following weeks, Mr. Lu made chair yoga a regular part of his daily routine. The exercises targeted various muscle groups, helping him regain flexibility and strength without putting undue strain on his injured knee. Not only did his knee pain begin to fade, but Mr. Lu also noticed other improvements: better posture, more energy, and a sense of calm. His mind, too, benefited from the mindfulness aspects of chair yoga, as the practice helped him find balance in both body and mind. As he continued with his practice, Mr. Lu felt a renewed sense of connection to his body and a greater sense of control over his health journey. The mental relaxation that came with each session brought him peace, allowing him to cope better with the physical challenges of aging. Chair yoga had given him a new sense of independence and joy, offering the same benefits as his morning walks, but without the strain on his body. He also found a supportive community of fellow participants, sharing smiles and encouragement, much like he had once experienced in the park. For seniors like Mr. Lu, who find that long walks or strenuous exercises have become too painful or risky, chair yoga provides a safe, low-impact alternative. Whether practiced at home or in a group setting, chair yoga promotes both physical and mental well-being, showing that age and injury don't have to limit the ability to stay active and fulfilled. If you're still with me, I'd love to hear from you. Please comment with The Healthy Life to let me know you're still watching. Next, let's talk about resistance band exercises. Meet Grandma May, an 81-year-old woman who had always been known for her vibrant personality and zest for life. Each morning, she would put on her favorite walking shoes and head to the nearby park for her daily walk. The fresh air and rhythmic pace of her steps brought her a sense of joy, keeping her feeling young and vibrant. But as the years passed, she started to notice the familiar signs of aging creeping in. A dull ache began in her ankles, and what was once a simple and pleasurable activity turned into a challenge. At first, she tried to ignore it, but the pain grew more intense, making it difficult for her to complete even short walks. Reluctantly, Grandma May had to scale back on her walks. She missed the sense of freedom and joy they had once provided. But instead of giving up on staying active, she searched for an alternative that would allow her to continue moving without further aggravating her joints. That's when she discovered resistance band exercises. Resistance bands are versatile, easy to use, and provide a low-impact way to build strength and improve mobility. For Grandma May, incorporating resistance band exercises into her routine allowed her to target specific muscle groups and strengthen her body in a way that didn't put undue stress on her ankles. With a simple set of bands, she could perform seated exercises, gentle stretches, and even full-body workouts, all from the comfort of her living room. Over time, Grandma May noticed significant improvements. Her muscles grew stronger, her balance improved, and the discomfort in her ankles decreased. Resistance band exercises allowed her to regain the strength and confidence she had lost during her struggle with pain. They gave her the opportunity to stay active without the strain of high-impact exercises like walking. For seniors who want to stay strong and independent without putting too much pressure on their joints, resistance band exercises offer a safe and effective solution. These simple tools can provide a full-body workout, helping you stay flexible, strong, and energized as you age. Both Mr. Liu and Grandma May's stories show that it's possible to adapt to the changes that come with aging and still lead an active, fulfilling life. Whether through chair yoga, resistance band exercises, or other gentle activities, there are always ways to stay moving and feeling good, no matter your age or physical limitations. If you found these stories inspiring, please leave a comment below with your thoughts and let me know how you're staying active in your own life. The idea of being able to move freely in the open air with the wind brushing against her face was something that Grandma May cherished deeply. However, as time passed, the thought of losing her physical independence became a heavy burden. She had always been an active woman, full of life and energy, but now her body was beginning to betray her. It was clear that her once energetic lifestyle was becoming more difficult to maintain. Her aches and pains weighed heavily on her, and it was evident that she needed help. Her grandson, who had always admired her vitality, saw the disappointment in her eyes and made it his mission to find a way to help her stay fit without aggravating her physical limitations. He had been using resistance bands in his own fitness routine for some time and was amazed at how effective and gentle they were on the body. One day, he decided to introduce his grandmother to the idea. When he arrived at her house, he brought a set of colorful resistance bands with him. At first, Grandma May looked at the bands skeptically. They seemed so small and harmless. How could such a simple tool possibly provide a meaningful workout? However, her grandson patiently explained how these bands could help strengthen her muscles without putting stress on her joints. He even demonstrated a few simple exercises that she could do right in her favorite chair in the living room. Despite her initial doubts, Grandma May was open to trying it. She trusted her grandson and, feeling a spark of curiosity, agreed to give it a go. He showed her how to do arm curls, leg presses, and stretches, all with the bands. To her surprise, she found the exercises easy to follow, and they didn't cause her any discomfort. The resistance bands provided a satisfying level of tension, engaging her muscles without making them feel strained. As she practiced the movements, she realized that she could gradually increase the resistance, which made the exercises more challenging as she got stronger. Over the following weeks, Grandma May began to notice real changes. The strength in her arms grew, and tasks that had once felt like a struggle, such as lifting a grocery bag or carrying laundry, became easier. Her legs felt more stable, and her core strength improved. This newfound stability even helped her with balance, which had always been a concern as she moved around her house. One of the best things about her new routine was the flexibility it offered. She no longer had to worry about venturing outside in bad weather or overexerting herself. She could stay active right at home, fitting her workouts into her daily schedule without disrupting her life. The benefits of resistance band exercises were clear. They allowed her to maintain strength, mobility, and independence while avoiding injury. As she continued with her exercises, Grandma May felt a renewed sense of capability and confidence. The strength she had gained allowed her to retain her sense of independence, which she had feared losing as she aged. But beyond the physical benefits, there was also an emotional boost. She took pride in knowing she could still care for herself and do the things she loved without relying on others. For seniors like her, resistance bands offer a simple but effective way to maintain physical health and flexibility, proving that it's never too late to stay active and strong. This lesson was one that could be applied to many seniors facing similar challenges. Resistance bands, despite their size, provide a low-impact, joint-friendly way to stay active, build strength, and improve overall well-being. For Grandma May, these small tools offered a powerful reminder that age doesn't have to mean losing vitality. It just requires a little creativity and the right approach. In a similar vein, Uncle Ray, at 74, had always been an energetic and well-loved figure in his neighborhood. His daily morning walks were a cherished routine, and during those walks he would wave to neighbors, share stories, and enjoy the simple pleasures of being outside. These walks kept him fit and socially connected, but over time he began to notice that his once brisk pace had slowed. His legs grew tired more quickly, and what had once been effortless now felt like a chore. Instead of resigning himself to a less active life, Uncle Ray decided to adapt. He found new ways to stay active and engaged by focusing on his backyard. What had been a neglected corner of his yard became his new project. He began experimenting with gardening, starting small with a few potted herbs and flowers. But it didn't take long before gardening became a passion that captivated him entirely. What began as a small hobby blossomed into a full-fledged vegetable garden, with rows of leafy greens, tomatoes ripening in the sun, and cucumbers climbing up trellises. For Uncle Ray, gardening offered the perfect combination of gentle physical activity and deep personal satisfaction. Each morning he would head out to tend to his plants, bending to plant seeds, kneeling to pull weeds, and lifting small bags of soil and mulch. These tasks gave him a low-impact workout, helping to keep his muscles strong and his joints flexible without straining his body. More than just exercise, gardening became a source of joy and fulfillment. As the seasons changed, he found peace in nurturing his plants and watching them grow, knowing that his efforts were bringing life to his backyard. The garden not only provided Uncle Ray with a sense of purpose, but it also became a way to connect with his neighbors and family. He often shared the fruits of his labor, giving baskets of fresh produce to those around him. Gardening gave him more than just vegetables. It gave him an opportunity to foster relationships and spread happiness. His garden became a symbol of community, and each harvest was a reminder that staying active and engaged with life could bring immense rewards. Uncle Ray's story is a powerful example of how seniors can find new passions that keep them active and engaged. Gardening offers a low-impact workout, but it also nurtures emotional well-being. It helps seniors stay physically strong while enjoying the fresh air and natural beauty of the outdoors. The simple tasks involved in caring for a garden, like digging, planting, and weeding, offer a full-body workout, while the time spent outside promotes a sense of peace and fulfillment. For Uncle Ray, gardening became not just a hobby, but a way of life, a way to stay healthy, stay connected, and find joy in every season. Mrs. Ellen, at 79, had always loved her morning walks with a close-knit group of friends. These walks were a cherished part of her routine, providing both exercise and the opportunity to socialize. However, over the years, she began to notice subtle changes in her body. Keeping up with her friends became more difficult, and her energy levels seemed to decline more quickly than before. Her once brisk walks started to leave her feeling more tired than they used to. Just like Grandma May and Uncle Ray, Mrs. Ellen faced the challenge of maintaining her health as she aged. But rather than giving up, she found new ways to adapt and stay active in ways that worked for her. Through creativity, persistence, and a little support, she was able to continue living a fulfilling, active life. Mrs. Ellen had always prided herself on staying active, but lately, the strain of pushing herself beyond her limits had caused her to question how she could maintain a healthy routine without overexerting herself. She knew the importance of listening to her body and recognizing when to take a step back. Instead of trying to force herself to keep up with more strenuous activities, she decided to look for gentler ways to stay active that felt more natural and manageable. Rather than going for long walks or trying high-intensity exercises, Mrs. Ellen focused on incorporating simple household chores into her daily routine. These tasks, once considered ordinary and mundane, became a way for her to stay physically engaged without the pressure of pushing her body too hard. Each morning, she began adding small activities like sweeping the kitchen floor, dusting the shelves, watering the plants, and gently rearranging items around her home. These simple actions were now part of her daily routine, blending movement seamlessly into her day. Over time, she began to notice changes. Her body, once tired and stiff, started to feel stronger. Tasks like bending to pick something up or reaching to dust no longer left her breathless. Instead, they brought a sense of accomplishment and invigoration. Mrs. Ellen felt her body becoming more resilient, and with it, a renewed sense of vitality. The benefits weren't just physical. Her home began to transform as well. The process of tidying up, organizing, and cleaning brought a sense of pride. Her space became cleaner and more orderly, creating an environment that gave her a sense of comfort and control. These small, consistent movements brought a surprising number of benefits. The simple act of bending down to fold laundry or dusting shelves helped keep her muscles toned and her joints flexible. It wasn't just about physical exercise. It was about feeling connected to her environment and maintaining independence. These daily chores, which seemed trivial before, turned into a source of empowerment. They kept her body engaged, her mind focused, and her spirit fulfilled. Even without intense workouts, she had found a sustainable way to stay active. For older adults like Mrs. Ellen, integrating light household tasks into daily life can be a great way to maintain physical activity. These small actions improve muscle tone, enhance flexibility, and help with balance, which are key components of staying fit as we age. There's also an emotional benefit. Maintaining a tidy and organized home can boost confidence and provide a sense of well-being. Mrs. Ellen's story is a perfect example of how adapting to life's changes with grace can transform even the simplest routines into a meaningful part of one's overall health plan. Meanwhile, Grandpa Gene had always loved his morning walks. These walks were his way of embracing the beauty of the world around him, taking in the fresh air, and clearing his mind as he connected with nature. Each morning, he looked forward to the peaceful rhythm of his steps, the rustling of leaves, and the cool breeze brushing against his skin. It wasn't just exercise for him. It was a cherished ritual that offered him both physical and emotional benefits. But after moving into an assisted living facility, Grandpa Gene found that his walks became increasingly difficult. The once familiar paths were replaced by the sterile, bustling energy of the facility, and he began to miss the tranquility of his morning strolls. As time passed, he found himself longing for that same sense of calm he had once experienced during his walks. One day, while walking through the facility's common area, Grandpa Gene noticed a group of residents participating in a gentle Tai Chi class. The slow, fluid movements of the group caught his attention. There was something calming and serene about the way their bodies moved in harmony, like leaves swaying in the breeze. Intrigued, he decided to join them, hoping it might offer him a new way to find peace. From the very first class, Grandpa John discovered that Tai Chi was more than just an exercise. It felt deeply natural. Each movement, though simple, had an intentionality and grace that brought a sense of calm he hadn't felt in months. The practice encouraged him to focus on his breath and the flow of his body, allowing him to be fully present in the moment. With every class, he felt a sense of tranquility and relief, as if a weight had been lifted. The gentle stretching helped ease the stiffness in his joints and alleviated the tension in his back and knees. Even simple tasks, like getting out of bed or standing up from a chair, became easier and less painful. Tai Chi wasn't just about the physical movements. It nourished Grandpa Jean's spirit. The mindfulness and balance required in the practice offered him an inner strength and resilience that extended beyond the sessions. The focus on breathing and intentional movement gave him a renewed sense of connection with his body, mind, and even the people around him. For someone like Grandpa Jean, who had once been accustomed to high-impact physical activities, Tai Chi was a welcome shift. It was a gentle yet effective way to stay active, promote balance and flexibility, and nurture mental clarity. Tai Chi became his new morning ritual, filling the void left by his beloved walks. It gave him a sense of peace and joy, offering a new path to fulfillment in this stage of his life. Grandpa Jean's experience is a testament to the power of adaptation and finding new ways to stay active, even as life changes. Tai Chi, with its focus on mindfulness and movement, provides a wonderful opportunity for seniors to stay physically and mentally engaged without putting undue strain on their bodies. So, if you're watching this video and resonating with these stories, remember that staying active doesn't always have to mean intense workouts or rigorous routines. It can be about finding joy in the simple things, whether it's through light household chores or a mindful practice like Tai Chi. Every movement, no matter how small, contributes to a healthier, more vibrant life. If you found this video helpful, leave a comment below and share what you've learned today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support means so much, and we're here to keep bringing you more content that helps you live a full, active, and healthy life. Join us again soon, and remember, it's never too late to start making small, positive changes that lead to a big difference in your life. Keep moving, stay engaged, and keep watching.